Welcome to my video lecture. I am Dr. A. Murugan, Associate Professor, Government College of Engineering, Chettikary, Dharmaburi. In this video lecture from upcoming semester Thermal Engineering 1, Unit 1 Gas and Steam Power Cycle, previously, we have discussed about the module 1 introduction about the gas and steam power cycle. So what is meant by ideal cycle and what is meant by actual cycle. And also we have discussed about the little bit introduction about the Otto cycle, diesel cycle, dual cycle and Brayton cycle and also steam power cycles. So from this module, we have detailedly discussed about the Otto cycles. Before we go discuss about the the Otto cycle is a ideal cycle for spark ignition engine. The Otto cycle is a generally tell about that a constant volume cycle. The Otto cycle was introduced by Dr. A.N. Otto, a German scientist, is called Otto cycle. Nowadays, in the petrol engine and the gas engine, we have to use this cycle. This cycle consists of following the four process, the one and two, the two reversible adiabatic or isentropic process and the two constant volume process. So from this figure, we have detailedly discussed about the PV diagram for actual cycle and PV diagram for ideal cycle. From the PV diagram from the actual cycle, that is from the generally from the single cylinder engine, there is a four stroke. The first stroke is a suction stroke, second one is a compression stroke, third one is a power stroke, and fourth one is the exhaust stroke. So first we have discussed about the compression stroke. From the compression stroke, that is a homogeneous air fuel mixture is entered to the combustion chamber. From the piston is placed in the bottom dead center. The piston is moved from the BDC to TDC from the isentropic compression process. From that, the piston is moving from the upward direction. They will compress the air fuel mixture. From the time that piston, that inlet valve and exhaust valve will be closed. Next stroke is the power stroke. From the power stroke, with the end of the compression stroke, with the help of the spark plug, we have to ignite the molecules. The molecules are quenching the hydrocarbon molecules. It will be ignited. After that, the combustion will be started. From the combustion stroke, that is the piston is moving from TDC to BDC. Next stroke is the exhaust stroke. After burning the molecules are escaping with the help of the way of exhaust valve. It will be goes to the atmosphere. The piston is moving from PDC to TDC. Next stroke is the intake stroke. From that homogeneous air fuel is entered to the combustion chamber with the help of that inlet valve. From that, the piston is from the place from the top dead center to bottom dead center. So based upon the PV diagram, you have to clearly explain from here. From the point, this dark point is shown from the intake valve will be opening. For the time that the homogeneous air fuel molecule is entered to the combustion chamber. From the combustion chamber, it will be below the atmospheric level. Then only the molecules are entered to the combustion chamber. Next stroke is a compression stroke. From the end of the compressor stroke, with the help of the spark plug to ignite the spark will be quenching all the hydrocarbon molecules. The combustion will be started. From the combustion time, there is a ignition delay period, start of injection, and all those things will be happen from the rate of pressurized combustion duration. All should be happen on the combustion side. It will be clearly discussed about in the third unit. Next, we have the after end of the combustion stroke, the expansion will be started. From the expansion stroke will be completed, the exhaust will be opening. From the end of the expansion stroke, the exhaust will be opening. After the burning molecules will be escaping, it goes to the atmosphere. Next, we have discussed about the PV diagram for the ideal cycle. From the ideal cycle, here the air is a working fluid. The piston is placed from the bottom dead center. The piston is moving from the isentropic compression process. The piston is moving from bottom dead center to top dead center. There will be the air will be compressed for the isentropic expansion process. Clearly, here we have shown the piston is from bottom dead center to top dead center. That is a process 1 and 2. Next stroke is that is next it will be happen for heat supplied process. From the process 2 to 3, that is a heat supplied process, and also it will be tell about the constant volume process. From here, when the V1 is equal to V3, from the process the heat will be supplied. Next stroke is the isentropic expansion process. The piston is going from TDC to BDC. Next one is the heat rejection process, that after it will be completed. So next slide, we have discussed about the working of the four-stroke spark ignition engine. From the single cylinder or four-stroke spark ignition engine, clearly we have to show from the day here. From the four-stroke spark ignition engine, there is a four cycles. One is a intake, that is a suction stroke. Next one is a compression stroke. Third one is a combustion and expansion stroke. Fourth one is the exhaust stroke. From the practical engine, the air fuel molecules are entered from the combustion chamber from the way of inlet valve. Generally, that is a air fuel molecules are homogeneously entered to the combustion chamber. From the end of the compressor stroke, we have to ignite the molecules with the help of the spark. The sparks are quenching the hydrocarbon molecules. It will be ignited. From the end of the compression stroke, the spark will be quenched. After the combustion stroke will be started, the piston goes to the TDC to BDC. After burned, the molecules are escaping from the exhaust valve opening. From here, we have clearly tell about the intake stroke, compression stroke, combustion stroke, and exhaust stroke. But in the practical condition, we have actual cycle. What will be happen? Means there is a 5-stroke. One is a suction stroke, compression stroke, combustion stroke, expansion stroke. Finally, we have discussed about the exhaust stroke. From this slide, we have to discuss about the working of the four-stroke spark ignition engine. So generally in a commercial vehicle, we have to using for four-cylinder commercial vehicle, that four-cylinder engine. From the four-cylinder engine, the same process will be happen from the suction stroke, compression stroke, combustion stroke, power stroke, and exhaust stroke. From here, the only difference is there is a firing order. If the firing order will be happen from the third engine, means next it will be first engine will be happen on the firing order. Next second cylinder, last one is a fourth cylinder. We get the energy from the energy will be storing on the flywheel. So what is the purpose of flywheel? Mean the energy storing device that we have to, from the power stroke only we get the energy. All the three strokes are they have received the energy from the suction stroke, compression stroke, and exhaust stroke. So we have to discuss about the clearly about the PV diagram and the TS diagram from the Otto cycle. From the process 1 and 2, that is isentropic compression process. Clearly here the from y-axis is the pressure value and x-axis is the volume value. From the process 1 and 2, here the bottom dead center from this place, that is a V maximum, and here the V minimum. From the bottom dead center, the piston is placed from here. We have to move the piston from BDC to TDC. The isentropic compression will be started. Here the from the process P1 and P2 will be increasing. After that, the pressure temperature also increasing from T1 to T2. From here, next process is the constant volume heat addition process. During this process, the pressure is increases from P2 to P3. The temperature also increasing from T2 to T3. Next one is a third one is isentropic expansion process. From the isentropic expansion process, the pressure will be decreasing from P3 to P4. The temperature also decreasing from T3 to T4, but the volume will be increasing from V3 to V4. From here, the entropy will be constant S1, S2, S3, S4. Next stroke is a 4 to 1 constant volume heat rejection process. From the process constant volume heat rejection process, the P4 and P1 is decreases. The pressure value will be decreasing from P4 to P1, and also the temperature also decreasing from T4 to T1. From this process, that is a constant volume heat addition. Already I told about you that Otto cycle is generally tell about you spark ignition cycle or constant volume cycle. From the process V2 is equal to V3 and V1 equal to V4. But in the process of isentropic compression process and isentropic expansion process, it will be equal in the process of Otto cycle compared to other cycle. From the isentropic expansion process and isentropic compression process, it will be done from the equally. So next slide, we have discussed about the compression ratio. That is generally from the compression ratio is from stroke volume and clearance volume. V1 by V2 is equal to V4 by V3, and pressure ratio is equal to P3 by P2 equal to P4 by P1. First process is 1 to 2 process, adiabatic compression process. From here, the difference between the temperature T2 by T1 equal to V1 by V2 power of gamma minus 1 equal to, or gamma r power gamma minus 1. R suffix c is represent for the compression ratio. It is the relationship between the temperature and volume relation correlation. From the P2 divided by P1 is equal to V1 by V2 power of gamma is equal to RC power of gamma. Next process is 2 through 3 process, constant volume heat rejection process. From the heat supplied process, from the process 2 to 3, that is a specific heat C suffix V into T3 minus T2 kilojoules per kg. Generally, the P3 by P2 is equal to T3 by T2. Next process is adiabatic expansion process. From the process T3 divided by T4 is equal to V4 by V3 power of gamma minus 1 equal to R power of gamma minus 1. Similarly, P3 by P4 is equal to V4 by V3 power of gamma equal to R gamma minus 1. Next process is 4 to 1 constant volume heat rejection process. From heat rejection process, the specific volume C suffix V into T4 minus T1 kilojoules per kg. Next work done is equal to heat supplied minus heat rejected. Heat supplied minus heat rejected. From the heat supplied is process 2 to 3 and heat rejected is from the process of 4 to 1. The efficiency of the Otto cycle is generally tell about the eta is equal to work done by heat supplied. From the work done is heat supplied minus heat rejected and divided by heat supplied. Eta is equal to 1 minus 1 divided by R power gamma minus 1. From this slide, we have discussed about the break mean, that is a pressure mean effective pressure. So generally the work done is equal to isentropic expansion process and isentropic compression process based upon the PV diagram. From the isentropic expansion process, P3 V3 minus P4 V4 divided by gamma minus 1 minus P2 V2 minus P1 V1 divided by gamma minus 1 from the isentropic compression process. Also, P3 by P4 is equal to R power gamma is equal to P2 by P1. Therefore, P3 by P2 is equal to P4 by P1 is equal to R suffix P. That is a pressure. R suffix P stands for pressure ratio. And also V1 is equal to R V2. The compression ratio is equal to R is equal to V1 by V2 and V4 divided by V3 is equal to R. The work done is equal to 1 by gamma minus 1 into P4 V4 into P3 by P3 by P4 V4 minus 1 minus P1 V1 P2 V2 divided by P1 V1 minus 1. From here, we based upon this work done formula, we have to separately taken from the 1 divided by gamma minus 1 and also P4 and V4 is taken from this formula and P1 V1 is taken from this formula. So we get the final output. Finally, we have discussed about the 1 divided by gamma minus 1 P4 V4 P3 by P4 into R minus 1 minus P1 V1 P2 by P1 R minus 1. From here, the R is denoted for V4 by V3 is equal to 1 by R. From here, V2 by V1 is equal to 1 by R. V1 divided by gamma minus 1 P4 into R gamma minus 1 minus 1 minus P1 R power gamma minus 1 minus 1. From here V1 is taken from here. So V1 equal to V4 and V1 is equal to V4. So generally we take V1 equal to V4. So we have taken from the V1 from separately. Next V1 divided by gamma minus 1 into R power of gamma minus 1 minus 1 into P4 minus P1. We have to separate that equation for P4 minus P1. Finally, we get P1 V1 divided by gamma minus 1 into R power gamma minus 1 minus 1 into R suffix P minus 1. Next, we have final equation of the mean effective pressure. From the mean effective pressure is equal to isentropic expansion process minus isentropic compression process divided by V1 minus V2 bar. Also, the mean effective pressure is equal to P1 V1 divided by gamma minus 1 R power gamma minus 1 minus 1 into R suffix P minus 1 divided by V1 minus V2. Finally, we get P1 V1 divided by gamma minus 1 into R gamma minus 1 minus 1 R suffix P minus 1. From this equation, we have to change the V1 minus V1 divided by R. From P1 V1 divided by gamma minus 1, R power of gamma minus 1 into R suffix P minus 1 divided by V1 R minus 1 divided by R. Finally, we get the mean effective pressure is equal to P1 into R power of gamma minus 1 into R suffix P minus 1 divided by gamma minus 1 into R minus 1. From the problem point of view, very important, they have used it for the Otto cycle efficiency and mean effective pressure. Let us consider from the problem point of view, an engine is work on Otto cycle. The initial pressure and temperature of the air is 1 bar and 40 degrees Celsius, and the heat supply is 825 kilojoules of heat is supplied per kg of air at the end of the compression. So find the temperature and pressure at salient points. If the compression ratio is 6, also find the efficiency and mean effective pressure for the cycle. Assume air as the working fluid and take all conditions. From the given problem, the given data is P1 is equal to 1 bar and T1 is equal to 40 degrees Celsius. To convert to Kelvin, heat supplied is equal to 825 kilojoules per kg. So every problem we can draw the PV diagram and TS diagram. Then only usually you want to understand to solve the problem. From compression ratio, generally V1 by V2 is equal to V4 by V3 equal to 6. Already given to the compression ratio is given to the problem. The value is 6. From pressure ratio, P3 by P2 is equal to P4 by P1. The first process is adiabatic compression process. From the temperature difference, T2 by T1 is equal to V1 by V2 power of gamma minus 1 equal to R suffix C power of gamma minus 1. From this value, from this equation, you can find out the T2 temperature. T2 is equal to R power gamma minus 1 into T1. We get the R value is compression ratio 6 power of 1.4 minus 1 into T1 temperature. Finally, we get the T2 temperature is 640.93 Kelvin. Next, P2 by P1 is equal to V1 divided by V2 power of gamma equal to R power gamma. P2 is equal to R power gamma into P1. R value is 6 power of 1.4 into 1. P2 is equal to 12.29 bar. So next process is constant volume heat addition process. From heat supplied is equal to C suffix V into T3 minus T2. The C suffix V value is 0.714 specific heat. From the heat supplied is 825 into T3 minus T2 temperature 640 Kelvin. Finally, we get a T3 temperature is 1795.46 Kelvin. Next, P3 by P2 is equal to T3 divided by T2. From the simplify this, P3 is equal to P2 into T3 by T2. P2 value is 12.29 bar into 1795.46 Kelvin divided by 640.93. Finally, we get the P3 pressure is 34.43 bar. Next, from the process adiabatic expansion process, T3 by T4 is equal to V4 divided by V3 power of gamma minus 1 equal to R power gamma minus 1. From T4 is equal to T3 divided by R power gamma minus 1. T3 value is 1795.46 and R value is 6 and power of 1.4 minus 1. Finally, we get the T4 temperature is 876.83 Kelvin. Next, P3 by P4 is equal to V4 by V3 power of gamma is equal to R power gamma. P4 is equal to P2 by RC gamma equal to P4 value is 34.43 and the pressure ratio, that is a compression ratio 6 power of 1.4. Finally, we get the P4 pressure is 2.8 bar. Next process is 4-1, that is constant volume heat rejection process. From the heat rejection process is specific heat C suffix V into T4 minus T1. Heat rejection is equal to 0.714 into 876.83 minus 313 Kelvin. Finally, we get the heat rejection process is 402.57 kilojoules per kg. Next, work done is heat supplied minus heat rejected. 825 minus 402.57. W is equal to total work done is equal to 422.43 kilojoules per kg. Thermal efficiency from that eta is equal to work done by heat supplied. Work done is heat supplied minus heat rejected. Finally, we get the efficiency is 51.2%. So generally, we have to increase the efficiency, means we have to increase the area of the compression ratio. But in the Otto cycle, the compression ratio is happen from 6 to 12 only. That what is the meaning of 6? Means 6% oxygen and 1% is fuel. For example, we can burn the fuel for 1 kg of hydrocarbon fuel, means we need required for 6 kg of oxygen is required. The mean effective pressure is P suffix m is equal to P1 into R into Rc gamma minus 1 into R suffix P minus 1 divided by gamma minus 1 into Rc minus 1. Finally, you know the value of compression ratio, gamma value 1.4 and R suffix P, that is a 24.42 divided by 12.29 minus 1 into gamma value is 1.4, compression ratio is 6. Finally, we get the mean effective pressure is 5.66 bar. Thank you.